Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G Miners here, and on screen now is the farmable raid rotation for the last few weeks of the season. And as you can see, this is the last chance before Lightfall releases on the 28th to farm red border weapon drops from Deepstone Crypt. I've recently been running a ton of DSC speedruns on stream, so in this video, I wanted to go over the absolute fastest farming strats that literally anyone can pull off, which is going to let you guys farm each encounter in 2 to 3 minutes tops. All you're going to need to do is keep a checkpoint for the encounter you want to farm on another character and then clear out the ass to collect your red borders. MLG did also drastically increase the drop rates for red borders in raids, which I have heard on a few accounts make a pretty big difference when farming. Each encounter will also have timestamps and chapters below so that you guys can skip around to what you need to farm, and the loot table is also on screen. That way you can choose which encounter to farm based on the weapons that you need. As always, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and sub down below. With that said, let's get into encounter number 1. In the security bypass encounter, all you really need to do is focus on calling out the fuses you damage as fast as you can, and then also having the best weapons possible for baking the fuses. You can one phase this encounter completely normally by having somebody go down below and passing the operator and scanner augments around, but I am now showing you how we do things, which is slightly faster when farming. I will do a breach with my Sparrow that lets me get out of bounds, and then I will do scanner in a spot where I can see all the panels and all the fuses to quickly call out. This makes things way easier to get the damage as you don't need to pass augments around and slow things down. The Sparrow breach is also super easy, and this allows me to see all the fuses at once when calling out. For dealing damage, in my opinion, these are the best options to bake with in order. First is Fourth Horseman. 10 shots of this, assuming that you have 2 players doing damage to each fuse, will kill. Second is going to be Bastion. 3 to 4 shots total will kill a single fuse and is very easy to do. Third is Xenophage. I think this is around 8 to 10 shots total, and this is also very casual to use. And then lastly, even though it is technically the best weapon, it can be harder to use consistently, but we have Wardcliff Coil. This can one-shot fuses if everything tracks and you are at the right range. Overall, 1 person should be doing operator, 1 person should be doing scanner, and then 4 players should always be dealing damage, making this around a 1-minute clear from encounter start to encounter end. For the second encounter, you can literally do this trio if you need to, and it's by far the easiest one to farm. In some of the background gameplay, you're going to see that I don't even help with damage because we just have Titans baking Atrax. All you need to do is have 3 Titans on Curus of the Falling Star, and then we also have them on Fourth Horseman as well. Once all the servitors are dead, have one of the Titans grab scanner and call out which Atrax clone to damage, then everybody T-crashes the boss and shoots Fourth Horseman when they land. This will push you into Final Stand immediately, which is very easy to complete too, and having more players dealing more damage will only ever make your farm more consistent. Overall, this is like a 1 to 2 minute clear for the encounter, mainly because you are just waiting to kill servitors, and if you do use more players, other weapons and supers will work just fine. For third encounter, aka Descent, this goes faster if you just stay on top of ad clear. So we assign 1 player to each spawn door and have them spam Witherhoard to spawn trap ads. The only other major requirement for making things go quicker is having the player who is on operator shoot either the far right or the far left panel. These panels will spawn nukes towards the middle spawn locations more often, which makes your time to dunk a lot quicker overall, and that's literally it. The only reason this encounter takes long is if ads are alive and the game is waiting for you to kill them before progressing. I will say one extra strat that you can do is having the suppressor players always bank after suppressing Taniks. This makes it so that the operator and scanner players always get deactivated and suppressor never does. These augments are just easier to pass around, which is why you want them to go deactive, because you can always stay in the same area and still do your role. Once again, this isn't needed if it complicates the encounter for your team. Lastly, for the final encounter, aka Taniks, the main thing you want to focus on is dunking all 4 nukes at once and also one phasing the boss. For this, we like to have players who are running the nukes to the deposits on Izanagi's Burden. This will one-shot the engines off of Taniks, but if you do want to use a Nova Bomb for this or any other weapons that are easier to use, that works too. From here, just dunk all the nukes, kill all the extra ads that spawn in, and then damage should start. If ads are left alive, this will prevent damage from starting for a little while, so make sure to kill them all. And then you have 3 mini phases from here to kill the boss, which is always more than enough time. We personally use a Tether, Well of Radiance, and then just spam Hotheads for a pretty fast bake. If you do find your team is struggling on damage, just going slower and using linear fusion rifles works too. This might make the kill slower than you see us doing here, but it will make getting you one phase slightly easier because rockets barely do enough damage to one phase without running Font of Might. If you do opt to run Stasis with Bump in the Night and Supreme Wellmaker, that is another really good way to bake the boss too. Overall, these are the easiest methods for farming each encounter and the quickest, and everything should take around 2 to 3 minutes maximum, with some encounters being even shorter. Let me know which weapons you guys are farming for and the roles on each before Lightfall comes out, and I do also stream a bunch over on my Twitch where we do lowmans and speedruns live. A link to that and my Discord server are both in the description below. Anyways, that's all for this video, guys. As always, have a good one. Peace.